All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carol Turnbow. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I am also a wife, a mom, a mama, my favorite job on earth. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit Masters athlete, but my passion is nutrition. And my passion is just teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and will continue to be simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule form. I'm going to start tonight by showing you our fruit, our vegetable, and our berry blend, the purple, the red, and the green. These capsules are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule, better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means that what is in the product, is on the label. So for instance, this is our vegetable blend. You can't read it, but I'll read it for you. On the label, it says broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, rice bran, and kale. It's our veggie blend. We also, like I said, have our fruit and our berry blend. We also have a full spectrum of plant-based omegas. That's our orange bottle. 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 is a full omega blend. Juice Plus has cut out the middleman. We all know that we can get our omega-3s from fish. Well, Juice Plus went straight to what the fish eat, which is algae. That's where they get the omegas from. So our product is like algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil. Once again, a complete vegan product all the way down to the capsule. We also have our Juice Plus complete shakes. Love my shakes. We have them in vanilla and chocolate. Every morning, I mix a shake with water, swallow my 8 capsules, and start my day that way. It's a perfect way to start your day. We also have a aeroponic growing system. It's called a tower garden. And our tower garden is a way to grow your fruits, your vegetables, your herbs, your spices in your, I can grow it in my house. I live in Indiana. And so right now it's out on my back porch because it's still summer here, but we don't have a very long summer. So from October until April or May of next year, I will bring that in and I will be able to have fresh herbs and lettuce on my kitchen table every day. So love my tower garden. So tonight we have an amazing line of speakers. Cindy Cohen has brought her team with her tonight to share their Juice Plus story. So Cindy, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and let us get to know you and your team. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much for having me on this call. I really appreciate it. Well, one of our newest members of our family is a little puppy that I have here at my house. She's decided now's a great time to play with her little squeak toy. So I think I've confiscated all of them, but if you hear a little squeak in the background, it's not you. Well, you know what? I heard about Juice Plus 21 years ago from Dr. Candace Corson. And Candace, I met at a seminar where she was talking about how important it is to eat healthy. And I was just so impressed with all of her knowledge. And I thought, well, I just really need to get to know this person. And at the time, I was the owner of a healing center. And I had been a nurse for 30 years and was really very interested in nutritional healing and alternative therapies and that kind of thing. So it wasn't new to me. So when I heard about Juice Plus, it just made sense to me because I thought, you know, my family, they don't eat fruits and vegetables no matter what I do to them. They're just not going to do it. And so it was always a big struggle. My kids, a son and a daughter, they were little then. And they both have ADD. Well, one has ADD and the other has ADHD. And we all know in the medical field that a plant-based diet is really the best way to go to try to help your children, you know, control their behavior. And so, but that just really wasn't working out for us either. And my husband was a pilot and he ate most of his foods at hotels and airports, and that contributed to his high blood pressure and high cholesterol that he developed at an early age. So to me, I mean, listen, taking down a few capsules, chewing up some gummies and drinking a little bit of a an interesting drink. Sounded pretty easy, and I was all ready for it, and I was ready to just get signed up right away. So back then, I was not looking for what I call a magic pill. That's what I think people a lot of times are looking for now, is they're looking for that thing they can do that's going to magically transform their health. And they don't have to do anything to make it happen. What I was really looking for was just to be better, to get in those fruits and vegetables. And I just didn't really even think for a second that my husband would be able to stop taking his medication because his blood pressure would go down, his cholesterol would go down, or that my children would be able to stop taking their ADD medication because they were able to control their behaviors. Like, I never thought that would happen, but that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So since we started taking Juice Plus, for me, I felt like I had more energy. I wasn't getting that 3 o'clock, where I feel like I needed a huge nap. I sleep better at night. I wake up better at night. My digestion is really great. I mean, if you ask me, like, did I have any medical problems? I would tell you, no, I didn't have any, but I did have some allergy issues. But I don't think a lot of us think that allergies is a medical problem, so we don't identify it as that. So when I started taking Juice Plus, I just thought the Children's Health Study was great, because if I took Juice Plus, one of my children got it for free. And if my husband took it, the other child got it for free. So it just seemed like, like a no-brainer. And what surprised me was after I started taking Juice Plus for, I don't know, so we weren't really measuring it because we weren't looking for anything. But I think after, 3 or 4 months, I noticed that I had lost some weight. So I hopped on the scale and I had lost 20 pounds. And I was like so surprised, because I didn't think I was doing anything different than I did before, except for add some shakes, take some capsules, and chew up some gummies. That's what I was doing. I think what happened is that actually inside your body creates a situation where you want to eat healthier, where fruits and vegetables taste better. So kind of on an unconscious level, you start to make better choices. And that's what caused my weight loss. And then for my family, after about 8 or 9 months, my husband went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, your blood pressure is too low. You need to not stop taking your medication." And his cholesterol had gone back to normal, and the doctor wanted to know what he had done differently. And since we weren't looking at Juice Plus to do anything, it was like kind of a revelation for us too. Oh, well, the only thing we're doing is this. And so the doctor wanted to know all about that. And as a matter of fact, all of our friends wanted to know all about that too, because they could tell that we were more vibrant, we looked more healthy, we were more energetic. Our kids they also have learning disabilities. They were doing better in school, and they wanted some of that. That's what they wanted. So after about 12 months, we kind of rolled around to the allergy season. And so that's when I noticed that I didn't have to take my allergy medicine anymore. But it's even more than that, because I was taking nose sprays, eye drops, antihistamines. I mean, I was taking headache medication. I mean, it was kind of a hot mess. And I started getting really worried about that, because there was some research out about antihistamines and how they had, in some situations, was linked to cancer. And I thought, oh, that's bad. I have to choose allergies or cancer. It's not a problem. So I really loved it when I noticed that I didn't have any more allergy problems anymore. And I mean, all these years, I haven't taken any antihistamines. I don't take, any more headache medication or sprays or eye drops it's pretty amazing. The other amazing part of this is that all the money we used to spend on medications, a lot of people don't think about that. They think, oh, well, now you're adding in the added expense of Juice Plus, but really you are doing that, but you're also reducing the amount of money you're spending other places. So we didn't have to buy those medications anymore over the counter, or from the doctor. We didn't have to go to the doctor anymore. So it saved us on those doctor visits. And my kids didn't miss as much school. So I didn't have to miss as much work. So I didn't have to use my sick time or vacation time to take care of the kids. I mean, it really was huge for us. And so after a while, because I've been with this company for a long time, 20 years, and it's been amazing. I mean, I'm shocked myself. I can't believe all this time has gone by. And really a funny story is I went to a drugstore the other day and they were telling me about this great deal you could get if you to switch your medications over to their pharmacy, that you would save all this money. And I thanked the person for sharing that with me. And I thought it was great they had that program, but I didn't need that program because I wasn't taking any medication. And when I told her, she goes, well, how old are you? Because she was like a young girl, she thinks everybody older takes medication. I said, well, I'm old enough to be your grandmother. I'm right now, but I'm not taking any medications. And she was just shocked. Like she said she never met anybody who wasn't taking medication that was older. So it's really pretty interesting. So a few years back, the Juice Plus company introduced a program called Shred 10. And that is a really great program. If people listening to this call has not checked that program out, you really need to check it out. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, basically, and you're ready to clean up your diet a little bit or a lot, the Shred 10 is the way to go. And utilizing the principles of the Shred 10 of healthy eating and one simple change, I lost another 65 pounds. And I never have put it back on. I mean, I've had it off for 6 years now. So it's been a really great program for me. And I think, I'll always take Juice Plus. My kids are all grown up now and they have their own families and they all take Juice Plus, and my grandchildren take Juice Plus now. And even if I don't even know, even if I didn't make it as a business, I would always tell people about Juice Plus because we really don't know how sick people are. And I'm pretty sure that I've helped more people get healthy and stay well since I've been sharing Juice Plus. And not only that, but all the healthy living principles that we teach that go along with that than I ever did as a bedside nurse. So, everybody deserves to hear about Juice Plus, and they decide if it's for them. And there isn't a day that doesn't go by that I'm so thankful that Candace took the time to share with me about Juice Plus, because had she not maybe stepped outside her comfort zone a little bit and mentioned it to me, we would not be enjoying the health that we are enjoying today. So then how did I get into the business piece of it? So I heard about the business from Candace too. And I think it's really important to share the product and the business because we don't really know what people's financial situations are either. And, what a blessing that's been. Over the years, I've grown to realize what a really great company this is. And when Candace told me about the Juice Plus Partner Program, I was completely not interested. You could probably not find another person that was not as interested as I was. And she was great. She, kept telling me about it and telling me I should look into it and what a great, program it was. And I said, what, I'm already working 2 jobs and I'm taking care of our house. My husband's a pilot. I'm just already overloaded. I don't want to hear another thing. But you know what? Things change. And so, I always think that as people travel through life, they're ready to hear different stories or different opportunities that are available to them. So for me, I knew that my clinic was going to be closing down and I needed to find something to help pay off the bills and do something to supplement the income in our home. So when I really, really learned about the partner program, and I started thinking, this Juice Plus company really offers what I call a great plan B, like something that would be like extra money for our family if we came into hard times. And we could maybe start up a retirement fund that we didn't have. And then we could pay our clinic bills. And you know what? I'm so glad we did that because you know what, over time, over a very short period of time, I actually did realize that I could use the Juice Plus business as and earn a full-time income doing part-time work. So it's really been a great thing. And it's then when I learned that the company had a bonus, like a benefit package. So I never even thought about that either, because I thought, through my husband's company, we had benefits like health insurance, life insurance, that kind of thing. And then I realized, well, a lot of people don't have that, and that they get jobs just so they can get a benefit package. So when I started sharing that Juice Plus has a full benefit package, that really opened the doors to a lot of people thinking, well, you know what, maybe now I don't need to go work this job I hate. I can learn how to teach people how to be healthy and do something I love, and be part of the Juice Plus company. So I guess the 20 years is a big story, but I just want to say that with the Juice Plus company, the money is great. And because of it, we set up, we paid all of our bills. We're completely debt free. We have a huge retirement and nest egg, I guess you could say. Never have to worry about what's happening in our future. We have it all taken care of, which is really huge. But I mean, even if we didn't have that, the friends that you make while you're in this business, the people that you meet are all on that same path you are, all trying to get healthy and stay healthy and enjoy life. And it's so wonderful to be around people who are looking to enjoy their life. And we have really enjoyed our life. As a nurse, I could never get a vacation when I wanted it. I could never get time off. I was always tied to someone else's schedule. And because of the choice that I made, that our family made to pursue this opportunity with the Juice Plus company, I'm able to go. I have children that live in New York now, in Florida, and I'm able to go see them and be with them and stay as long as I want, be there with their children, and when they have birthdays and holidays, and just really enjoy being with them and loving them, and loving that I don't have to work as a nurse anymore. So I'll always tell others about the Juice Plus business partnership. And I especially tell a lot to women entrepreneurs, because I feel that the Juice Plus business is a great add-on or partner program for women who own businesses that just naturally fall into the health area. Like, for example, the next person we have on this call is a friend of mine, Sonya Smith, and she is a wealth consultant. And she just started a business, Wealth in Motion Consulting. And guess what? We met on Facebook when we were talking about women entrepreneur mentoring and growing your business. And you know what? Juice Plus was just a perfect complement to her company, because listen, health and wealth is very closely tied together. So I'd like to introduce Sonya. Are you on the call with us?
Yes, I am.
Well, great. Okay, you take it from here.
Hello, everyone. As Cindy mentioned, I am Sonya Smith. So glad to be on here today. And my story is I met Cindy, and during the first conversation about entrepreneurship and me starting my business and being a financial coach, but I talk about more wealth coach, because health and wealth is tied in together. And I've always been a proponent about natural eating, natural health. I've actually reversed and had an autoimmune disease be in remission for over 13 years now, based on natural methods and herbs and stuff like that, against the doctor's wishes. I didn't do the surgery or the permanent solution. I did the natural. So I've always had an interest in natural health. So I met Cindy back in February, and I signed up immediately, and I've been on Juice Plus since February. And I told her, I said, well, before I try anything or recommend to other people, I like to try it myself before I recommend it. And I like to see the results. And see, that's okay. So a friend of mine actually had about 3 weeks supply. And I start taking it. I was out of town in Las Vegas. And when I started those 3 weeks and I start running out, I felt the difference immediately. And I said, Cindy, I feel the difference. I'm running out. And Cindy shipped me some more samples to get me through, some shakes, some samples. And it's been a wonderful journey. Some of the things that I like about Juice Plus, number one, I saw a big difference for me, and a difference for my daughter, that I get free product for my daughter. That's a big win for me. And my daughter's had amazing results. Since she was a baby, she's had GI gas issues. Her stomach has always been distended and bloated. And immediately, she's 12 years old. Once she started taking Juice Plus, within a couple of weeks, her stomach actually went down. And she told me, she says, I'm going to be on Juice Plus for the rest of my life. She was excited. She could wear little tank tops like other girls, which she couldn't do before. And so that's amazing. The second thing that I noticed about myself is that, I'm going through a transition, a very stressful period. And so my sleeping patterns have been off and not sleeping as much as I used to. But with me taking Juice Plus, I wake up, no matter how much sleep I get, I wake up with energy every morning. And I'm a type A personality, and Cindy can tell you that. So I've been able to conquer everything, even with the sleeping patterns being off, but they're getting better. The other thing is, I noticed my skin became clearer. My movements every day, like clockwork in the morning when I get up, and they used to not be as often. So that's the main thing, is health for my daughter and for me. The second thing with me transitioning as an entrepreneur is that having multiple streams of income is very important. And this ties in well with the wealth and health and so I'm loving looking at my account, and I see money coming in from Juice Plus every month. And I've been doing so much that I haven't really been promoting as much. I haven't had any partners come in. I have all customers so far, but still to see that the money coming into my account is a plus for me when I look into my account. So the business thing, the other thing that caught my eye with talking to Cindy is that having them giving health insurance, and you being a part-time person or work as you can, and them giving you full benefits. So as I continue on my business journey, I want to make it to the level where I get the benefits, the healthcare and stuff. So I can be an entrepreneur without worrying about healthcare for my daughter and I. So that's another benefit. And I would say one of the most rewarding is the customer feedback I've gotten so far. I've been doing it since February, and I have 4 customers that have taken it consistently. I have a cousin that was recently diagnosed with MS. And so when she takes Juice Plus, she says it's cut down on her migraines. She used to have migraines every time she ate. So it's reduced the symptoms she has. I have another cousin that's taking Juice Plus, and she noticed a great amount of issues with her stomach and stuff, and she had a bout of diverticulosis, and so she couldn't eat any vegetables at all. So she felt good taking Juice Plus because she couldn't eat vegetables during a flare-up. So I've had some great feedback from customers and family members, and I'm making a difference in their life. And Juice Plus have made a difference in mine. And I'm looking forward to meeting great people who are on the call and getting to know you and getting to share more stories and making a difference with you. Thank you for your time. Cindy, we can't hear
You're
you.
muted. You're muted.
Oh, there we go. I couldn't get it to unmute. Oh, thanks so much. That was great. Oh, I just love hearing your story. I love hearing all the Juice Plus stories and how people are getting healthy and more control of their health. So next up is Mary Lou. So Mary Lou Stevens, I've known for actually several years, I think. And she works at a business association, sort of like a chamber. And I'm a business owner, so I go to the events, and I met Mary Lou, and we've actually become much better friends over this whole year or two. And she was really had over time became more interested because she developed some health issues. So remember, it's always good to keep checking in with people. And so Mary Lou, why don't you share with us how, just tell us about you.
Okay, so Cindy and I, during our conversations, she would bring up Juice Plus from time to time, but always just in her background and things that had worked for her. And I've always, when I was younger, I used to be more interested in being thin than being healthy. So I would diet a lot and I would do the yo-yo thing. And now that I've gotten older, I turned 59 this year, and I decided it was time to make a lifestyle change. So I went on a diet, lost 30 pounds. I still have a lot more to lose, but really what Cindy said to me really started clicking in. And I decided to try it because I wanted to be healthier. I thought, you know, I look at my mom and dad who are in their 80s, and I think I want to be like that. They're healthy, they get along, they get around well. Knock on wood, they'll be around for a long time. So I want to be that as well. So I started taking Juice Plus, and I became a distributor because I wanted my husband and son to take it too. And it made sense financially to become a distributor. But like Sonya, I didn't want to say anything to anybody else until I knew what it did for me. I was still a little skeptical, and I thought, I'm not going to say anything. I mean, it sounded wonderful, and I trusted Cindy with the story she had told me, but I wanted to know how it worked for me. So I took it, or I've been taking it, and my husband and I have been taking it every day. My son is hit or miss, but you know, he's 25, so you know what he does. But anyway, I don't take glucosamine anymore. I noticed a difference in my hair, that my hair is thicker, my nails are thicker. I've also noticed that my recall is better. So things I noticed for a while there, I was getting a little worried because I would try to recall a word, or I would try to remember something, and it really wasn't there at the front. And I've noticed that lately it's there more often. So that's a thing that's helped me out. I do find that when I talked about Juice Plus to family and friends, that they are interested in it. And it does come up actually in conversations more often than you would think, just in general conversation. And I've had a couple people try it, and you know, if something comes out of it, great. If not, that's okay too. But I just tell them my story, and they seem to be interested. So if I can at least pay for my own vitamins from this, that's great. If I make any money off it, it's the cherry on top. So I do find it's pretty easy to talk about. That's pretty much it.
Hey, thanks so much for sharing your story. That's wonderful. So the next guest we have is Traci Winston Williams, and she's a woman entrepreneur, and she owns her own boutique here in the town we live. And I think we decided, we met like in 2018 around a women's summit that we both attended. And so that's how we got to know each other. And we've been friends, you know, on and off ever since. And Traci, why don't you share with us your story?
Hi, hello everyone. It's been a true journey. Like Cindy said, my name is Traci Winston Williams, and we've been friends for quite a while now. And as I shared with Cindy, you know, one day I wasn't feeling too good. I was down, you know, and I was like, I have this low thyroid, low iron, you know, all this stuff going on. And then, you know, I shared with her that I'm a domestic violence advocate. And she was like, well, wow, that's a lot. You know, that you're doing a lot. You're a mom, you know, I've done CNA work for 20 something odd years in the Michiana community, helping other people. And then, you know, like I said, when I was telling Cindy about all the stuff that was going on, I was taking on a lot with people with domestic violence. It's not a fun subject, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was giving. And I love that. It's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm living my life on purpose, living my purpose on purpose. But the thing was, you know, like Cindy said, and I thank God that me and Cindy, we crossed paths. And when I told her what I was going through, she was like, oh my goodness, I can help you with that. And I thought, wow. So she introduced me to Juice Plus. She said, come on to some meetings and, meet some awesome doctors. And I met, was Candy in the Michiana area. And I talked with her and, I ordered the Juice Plus. And then when I got it, I was like, I thought I was going to get one of these. Okay. This is what I thought. I was just going to get one bag of this and one bag of the fruit blends, right? Of the fruit blends and the vegetable blend. Well, 2 boxes came and I was like, oh my God, Cindy, I think they made a mistake and sent me too much. I should send it back or should I pay for it? And she was like, no, that's the way it comes because they want you to get it in your system and you'll see the shock your system will have with the Juice Plus. So I was like, wow. So when I sit them on the counter, trust me, the grandkids, just over the weekend, I had 5 boys, and I was like, you can't eat all those at one time, and they were just eating them up. And it was like, oh yeah, I remember when you had these like last year, these are good, so I'm excited that my grandkids love it. My son, my family loves it. My sister just ordered hers. So I was so excited when I received that box. It was just amazing. So my hypertension, it was like these warnings. My body was just sending these signals out, warning, warning, warning. My doctor, CPR inflammation high, low thyroid, low iron, glucose levels, my AC1, all that was off. So my body was still saying, low iron, warning, warning, warning. As a healthcare worker, I felt it. And I said, you know what? I got to continue taking this Juice Plus. So in 2019, when COVID hit, it kind of threw a shift. But you know what? When we talk about, especially healthcare prevention. So it was like, you know what? I did get the COVID. My son got the COVID. My daughter got the COVID. But you know what? We're still all here. And I tell you, when I talk about Matthew 8 and 15, I tell you, God, with the Juice Plus meeting Cindy, I know my son said, you know what? My body did what it was supposed to do. It fought the COVID. He could feel it in his body. He could tell the COVID was there, but he also said, you know what? That Juice Plus that you were talking about, we've been taking. I think that's one of the reasons it didn't affect us so bad. But, our bodies knew that something wasn't right and it did what it's supposed to do. So I thank God for Juice Plus. So my doctor, he kept writing all these scripts, right? And it was weird. I was like, wait a minute. So one day I went to my doctor and he was like, wow, you look good. You're losing weight. And I told him I have more energy. I'm walking. He's like, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm taking Juice Plus. And he goes, oh, I've been taking Juice Plus for 12 years. And I'm like, and it was just like a calm in the room, like he's on the spot now, right? He said, yeah, Juice Plus is wonderful. I said, yeah, I know. So he knows. He always asks me, are you still taking your Juice Plus? Yes. Like today I had an appointment. I've lost over 10 pounds, but my journey is I've been walking a lot too. I've been moving around more. I play basketball with my grandkids. I walk a lot. Was in Vegas with my niece, walking a lot. And she was like, oh my goodness, how can you walk like that? And I said, I get you some Juice Plus. So she's looking at it, So my whole thing is family, a shift in the family and friends about taking care of ourselves. It's like a prevention, So when I looked at all the scripts that my doctor was trying to give me, I was like, nope. So the whole thing about taking care of myself, it's a true investment is the way I look at it. I had to, and I just, it's in my budget. I have to put that in my budget that I take care of myself, order my Juice Plus and not run out of my Juice Plus. Cause I know I feel better. My numbers are changing. My doctor is so proud of me. He's like, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. My numbers are changing and he's excited for me. Cause he can't write a script because he knows I'm taking the Juice Plus and my numbers are changing. I don't know if he'll tell his patients that, but hey, I will tell you that Juice Plus is working for me. My numbers are changing. My hair would not grow. Low thyroids, and then it's like it just shot out. My skin was, if thyroids, they mess up your skin, your nails, you're in a cloud, you're in a fog. You're just not on point. And I knew something was wrong. And I take that little pill for my thyroids, and I'm hoping and praying. I know one day I will be off of that as well. So I was taking 3 different high blood pressure pills. I'm down to 1. So the inflammation in my body has changed. My blood work is good, So I'm just happy. So the health issues for my family and friends, it's like this journey that we can do this together. So my son, oh my goodness, I would shove these down his mouth because they said, oh, his heart is only working 20%. Well, he's taking the Juice Plus and, some other stuff he was taking. And, he said, you know what, Mom, what the doctor said, my heart has increased by 3%. And he's been taking the Juice Plus and he loves it. He was just in town yesterday. Believe me, I put some in his bag and I said, well, you have to order some more. You ran out. You have to order your own now, So, but my son, he just loves the Juice Plus. So, that's the story for me. And that's my why. I wanted to feel better. And I figured, you know what, this sounds like, it's good. I look at all the ingredients in there and it's like, it was just time for a change for me, because I could feel my body, the warnings. And now my body is saying, thank you. I'm more on point. I have more energy to run a business every day. I get the DV calls, the domestic violence calls, and I'm a mom. I have a 12-year-old. So, and like I said, my son has, a heart condition, and I know the Juice Plus has helped him a lot. It's helped all of us. And I'm just grateful. So it's just like eating better. It's like, how are we going to get all these fruits and vegetables that we're supposed to be consuming in our body every day? And then boom, there's Juice Plus. So I'm just grateful. That's my story. That's my why, and I just figure I have to invest in me to be more healthy, live longer. Nothing else matters if my health is all screwed up. So this is my why for Juice Plus. And I thank God I met Cindy and we have a great team. And I look forward to it because there's so many stories and helping people, with all these American diets that we do. And it's, we just have to, and, I have to eat better. I have to move around, exercise more. And I have to have my Juice Plus. It's my medication. So that's my why. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. I have to plug in my computer. I'm about to lose my battery. You know what? So the next person we have from our team is, I like to call her a mommypreneur. So it's Erin Howard. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, great. Why don't you, we've known each other a few years now too.
Yes.
And actually our paths met through a mutual friend. Exactly how it happened. Erin, why don't you tell us about that?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. So like Cindy said, my name is Erin Howard, and I heard about Juice Plus about 2 years ago from our mutual friend, Lori DeMike. And when I heard about Juice Plus, it just made sense. And I ended up becoming a customer and a partner at the same time. Because when I learned that these were food, I was curious. And when I learned that it was safe, I needed to learn more. And when I learned about the research and that I could get it for my kids for free, I was sold. And I kind of see it a little bit different. Like I see it to where I buy Juice Plus for my kids, and my husband and I get it for free. So I kind of see it a little bit differently. But my story begins because my daughter was diagnosed with ADHD at the second half of first grade. And we had tried all kinds of different things, and things either didn't work at all, or they worked too much. And it got to the point where we found out from our pediatrician at March of 2019 that she had stopped growing properly. And I was devastated because this was not only our plan A, but our only plan, and we had no plan B. And so I was desperate. And Lori knew our story. And, after trying so many different things, I started looking into, even before Lori introduced it to me, started looking into nutritional things nutritionally that could help. And she shared with me this audio recording from pediatrician Dr. Valerie Miles, and my mind blew open. Basically, she was just saying that especially kiddos like mine tend to have like sensory issues and texture issues. And so they want to eat kind of like a bland diet, the chicken nuggets, the tater tots, the cheese. And what happens is they end up getting nutritionally deficient. And when we add things like Juice Plus and the omegas, then we can fill in a lot of those gaps. And so since we've been taking Juice Plus, I've personally have seen my skin clearer, my nails are stronger, I sleep sound, but really the most important thing for me actually has happened this past year, my second year of taking Juice Plus. It's a long story and I won't go into it, but I had done like a low carb diet for about 18 months. I totally wrecked my gut completely. When I started eating grains, gluten, any grains, gluten, dairy, I would break out in hives, rashes, all kinds of different things. It would upset my stomach, even at the slightest bit. And after about 4 months of taking Complete, I don't have that issue anymore, which was something I had been struggling for a good long time. And the best part for me, even as great as that is, for my husband and my kids. So I can tell my husband has more energy. He is no more having those after meal cat naps. My kiddos have been eating more food with veggies added. I tend to like throw in vegetables, like puree them so that they don't see them or feel them. And before, they used to be able to detect the slightest little green red piece that if I put in broccoli or if I put in zucchini, they could detect it a mile away. And I can put in the kitchen sink now and they're just like, oh goodness. And they just gobble it up. So it's so awesome. They're trying new foods. They don't always like them, but it's progress over perfection. And so I am seeing changes. It's kind of interesting because I saw a lot of changes our first year, and now into our second year, I'm seeing even more changes. So it just really goes to show what consistency does when it comes to what we put into our bodies. And so I want to say my daughter has been taking Juice Plus, the trio and the omegas, for almost 2 years now. She is doing well in school. And not only is she not underweight, and not growing anymore, she grew 4 inches in the first year that she started taking Juice Plus. And now she's almost as tall as me, if you can believe it. But I am 5'2", so it's not too hard, but it still shows how much she's grown. So I will always share Juice Plus product in business because I know that there are other mamas and families like me that, are out there trying to feed their families well, on a budget and, with less fuss at the dinner table. And if you can make money by, sharing and loving on people, that's just so worth it. And, I first started, we started and we didn't have it, but I was like, we have got to do this. And since then, not only are we covering our own costs, but we are also making some extra income. And so it has been an amazing 2 years, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds. So thank you so much for having me tonight.
What an amazing story. Oh gosh, we all had, give ourselves a big hand. There's
Yeah,
such
we're
great
gonna clap on that
stories.
one. That was great.
It's been so great. Okay, why don't you take it over, Carol?
Absolutely. Well, you guys, we're here every Thursday night sharing these amazing stories of our Juice Plus, how it changes our health, but also how it changes how we pay the bills, our family's income. So we're here to share these stories. Please come back and see us again. Thank you guys so much for sharing your stories with your heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was great.
All right, hang out because we've got Cheryl coming here. I'm going to stop the recording.